Hey guys, Mr. Tanner here. Welcome back. This is session 1-4, which really talks about outside the school life that I want you to be aware of and be able to handle in a mature way. But you go to school 8 hours a day, you go to class, you do your extracurriculars for another 2 hours a day. You may be gone outside of your home for 10, 11 hours a day. So it's very important to understand during the weekends and during the day that you come back into the other half of your life. We've got 24 hours in the day. 10 to 12 of that is based on school and doing homework. The other 10 to 12 of which you're not sleeping, right, is really the things you dedicate to things like family, church, volunteering, even gaming, all these things. That gets the remainder of your time. And when you do that math, you'll see that really half of your life, you have a limited amount of time that you can really point at it. And so you have to make a very cognizant effort, a very deliberate effort to take advantage and build those things, because there's great value in them as well. And I want to talk about those. Now, the first is family. First, how you define family is really up to you. How you define who your family is. You have the nuclear family, which is very easily defined as father, mother, and children. Then the second thing is you may not have a traditional family, if you will, and that's absolutely fine. It may just be you and mom. It may be you and dad. It may be brothers and sisters and one parent or a grandparent or something. And then you can even look a little bit further and say, my family is really non-traditional, and it's an aunt or it's an uncle who's taking care of you, or it's a group of friends that I'm living with. Those things are all okay, but I want you to understand, regardless of how you define family, I want you to understand you have to nurture that relationship. These are the people that you are going to trust the most to take care of you, and they should trust you the most to take care of them. Okay, and there's strength in understanding that you have that support. You have to be very deliberate about understanding that families and relationships, if you think it's just a 50-50 proposition, give and take, you're going to run into some problems. And the biggest advice I ever got in my life was when it came to relationships, especially familial ones, you really have to give 90% of the time. Okay, you have to be aware of who's around you and their feelings, etc. We've all experienced that one time when mom or dad decided it's been a bad day, and why do I have to clean my room now? Well, you got to clean it because I said so, etc., etc. Well, understand from where people are coming from. Show some what's called empathy, in that you are really putting yourself in their shoes to understand where a lot of things are coming in. So understand people are people. We're all fallible. We all make mistakes. But when it comes to family, you have to be very much more forgiving of those mistakes, because these are the folks that are going to be around with you for quite a while, and these should be the people you value most. And it's not till later in life and you bring someone else into your family that you truly understand the value and the gift you're giving someone to bring them into your family. So take care of family. The second thing I want you to concentrate on is, if you are someone of religious beliefs, is church. Church is something you need to give your right time commitment to. Not everyone has a church. Not everyone believes in a greater being, or you may have a different religion which doesn't dictate need for a church at all. However, understand that getting that spiritual side of your life is very important as well. Sometimes you find that spiritual input from within based on your religion. Sometimes a lot of that spiritual input is coming from the outside, and that is the physical church itself, or some leader of your church and your belief system. But family, your spiritual life, those are very important that you give time to those. Okay, that you find strength in that, because that's really the foundation of who you are as a person, and it will define you in later years. So go ahead and do that. The last thing I want to talk to you about is take time to help. I know in an earlier lesson I said find the helpers. Well, you're the helper. You're the guy. Find times that you can volunteer to give. Not only does it kind of help your psyche and make you feel better about yourself, but to give to someone helps them feel better about themselves, right? So find that volunteer thing you can do. Go work at the dog shelter. Work at become a hospital volunteer. I know they had candy stripers years ago. Find something you can do to help others in your life, and I that will expound upon who you are, and I kind of think it will exponentially make you a better person in many cases, just to go out of your way. And don't miss out on those onesie twosie times of opportunities where someone just needs help and you're opening a door for them at a store, or you're, hey, let me take your shopping cart back up for you. Take those opportunities to help others, and I think you'll get a lot of return out of it. You get a lot more return than you think you will. But understand that volunteering and helping, it really connects you to others. It's good for your mind and your body to be out there. It can advance your career. I've known people who started as volunteers for certain entities, and that's turned into their career. So it will bring, I promise you, fun and fulfillment to your life like you never knew. Any of those. So take care of the outside things in your life, as well as the school things, the academic things. But you have to kind of give, even though you don't give them equal time, you have to give them equal importance and emphasis. So next lesson, let's talk about stress reduction and some things you can do when you get all tweaked out and stressed. Anyway, waiting for 1-5 on its way.